You said it made it worse.
Yeah, it made it worse because, because I was black, observing the situation of this white individual who was a brother of the organization with his elbow in my chest. So I was frustrated. So I went because mind you, I could name 10 brothers in that organization. So I would I said, hey man, you know something by this name? I need to talk to him. You know something by this name? I need to talk to him. You know something by this name? I need to sit down. I need to talk to him. I need to talk to him because it still bothers me how I was treated. So I finally sit down, remember his face. I go up to him in the defect, lunch cafeteria or whatever. Sit down. I say, hi. This is my name. Shook his hand. This is my name, and your name is this. Cause clearly you didn't know me. So here's my name. Your name is this, and I just want to know, why did you assault me the way that you did? And he said that was my girlfriend. Man, you have any idea what kind of pride I had to swallow? Because I apologized. I said, you know what? I'm sorry. That wasn't my intent. And if it's good with you, I'd like to apologize to her as well. Because this was a situation that I put myself in, and I could blame it on race. But in this situation, unfortunately, I had to be the bigger man. And I apologized, and I didn't say anything to those two ever again. I didn't need that in my life.
So you apologized.
I did.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. That's some big man shit right there.
Trust me, man.
It is.
I could have clocked him. It could have been a fight in that house. But I'm just sitting there, I'm like, this ain't the way. I'm clearly less drunk than he is.
Mm-hmm.
I went through everything. I wanted to talk to him because I'm not going to go to this house in the future and have him say he's not allowed. Because then it's like, okay, I'm going to play that race card again.
Yeah.
Like, what? But I apologize. I did. Another situation was, let me think. That's a scenario that happens to a lot of black people on campus, especially during the daytime when white people say stuff like, oh yeah, we support you and you're an athlete.
Yeah.
And then you show up to the door, for some reason they don't know who you are no more.
Right.
Name 5 brothers. I just scored 5 touchdowns. That's a real thing for black people across several campuses. I don't care where you are.
Absolutely. I always get a pass with that.
Another thing I offered, another situation that I was in. Let me think.
Did you see any cases of police brutality? Campus police.
I am the product of. Me and you are both products of having service member fathers in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So having a service member family, I don't inherently believe police are bad. I'm not afraid of police. I'm afraid of the scenario that I can get stopped by the cops, or because I've been profiled walking before,
right,
with a white hood on, like not a black hood, a white hood. Like that's white ain't threatening,
right?
At least by our society standards of color. So I'm not afraid of the police. So me and campus safety had a certain bond. Because I was also on the Judicial Commission. So a lot of things with contraband of alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
I was in a position where I could communicate and talk to them about things and how to punish students on campus. But I remember this one guy was a big defensive lineman on the team. And he was in a house. I'm not going to say what fraternity. He's in a house, and he was irked the wrong way, and big dude starts, I don't know who started the fight, I don't know what was said, but what I do know was campus safety had to get involved, and campus safety was like, he looked, big hefty white guy, looking at this defensive lineman, and he's like, please don't do this. Leave with us. No handcuffs, no nothing. Just leave with us. And the cop, he's not a cop, but he's campus safety. And he's like, this is something that people don't talk about because it wasn't police brutality, but I love the story because he literally looks at this big black defensive lineman. He's like, look, I don't have mace. I don't have a taser.
So he was a cop with intent to, be peaceful.
He was a cop with intent to be peaceful. But he literally said, look, I don't have mace on my belt. I don't have a taser on my belt. And you're about to inflict more harm because I know what your bench press is 500 pounds. I know what you do to the little offensive lineman on the weekend. I know what you're capable of. You already tossed this white boy. You already tossed that white boy. You got 5 to 10 more coming at you. It's time to leave. By the time they said it's time for you to leave. And I was just like, that cop felt like he didn't have another choice than to pull a gun. I'm glad he didn't get that far. I'm glad he was able to walk through those steps with an angered big black man at that in a predominantly white fraternity on my campus. Like, that was something truly special to me. I've never known campus safety not to have the interest of students.
So the only thing he had on his belt was a gun.
All he had was a gun. He was like, look.
Isn't that kind of setting us up for failure though too?
But it's campus safety. And my institution is a private institution.
I mean, shit, campus safety. I thought they have a pack of quarters. They could call the real police.
A pack of quarters, okay. No one carries quarters no more.
Come on now.
No one carries quarters.
Give them a free cell phone or something. Give them the iPhone 11 for all the day. Like, hell, I care.
I was freaking thankful. I was freaking thankful for that situation. Because that situation showed me that cops or law enforcement by the majority has the capacity to think.
Why do you say by the majority?
By the majority? Because it was one situation. So, like, if one person is able to think, that lets me know that the majority should be able to think.
Okay, should be able to. Okay, because I was
has the capacity, should be able to.
Yeah, but if we can dive a little bit deeper about the aspect of police in general.
I'm going to say law enforcement.
Law enforcement. Okay, law enforcement.
Because you got police, you got cops, you got sheriffs.
You got pigs.
You got deputies.
You got 5-0.
You got 12.
You got 12. You know what I'm saying? You got the boys in blue. You got them Raiders.
You got the boys in blue. You got the boys in gray. You got the boys in brown. It's law enforcement. All lumped up together. Like, we talk about police, but I'm like, we live in South Carolina. We elect our sheriff.
The dirty.
You go to New York, and it's like, oh, they got cops. They got police officers.
Right.
They don't have sheriffs, at least not to my knowledge. New York City doesn't. It's a different system, different systematic ways of thinking.
It's that slave shit. That's the point I want to get to.
Yes, go ahead.
Law enforcement. How did that even come about? The law in America. How did that even come about? And especially in the South. So, I never understood the concept. Like you said, you never feared police. Me, personally, even from a little kid, I never really liked the police.
Okay.
Or law enforcement. I knew that they were supposed to be the good guys, but I just always thought it was strange about how just anybody could go to school for 6 weeks and be able to carry a gun and ride around in the street. I was thinking that from a little kid.
So you're saying that you don't like the time limit?
The time limit, and also just
like the United States Army is like 3 months of basic training.
Yeah, and it's like 6 weeks, and now you're qualified to protect me. I think that being that the police was genuinely started, if you go back and look at history, by members of the KKK and just, I guess, slave catchers who were trying to capture escaped slaves.
Okay, I see where you're going.
I think that the whole concept of the police in general was in order to protect the white population.
Okay. I see what you're going. You got anything else?
Yeah, along to add with that, I think that the concept, they use a concept of it's social. It's kind of like a social hierarchy in there too, because a police dog is worth more than either one of our lives, mine or yours. And
you mean like at birth?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've bred dogs. I bred hunting dogs and I bred like luxury dogs, so I know what you're coming at.
But a canine,
a German Shepherd, it can cost $3,000 if not more.
The dog
and you gotta train that dog too.
The dog gets a whole funeral, Glenn. It gets a funeral. It get the damn trumpet service, all that. You know,
I don't know about that for the police, but in the military, you know, I think one of the drawbacks is that Donald Trump. I think one of the drawbacks
they get a gold bowl on their grave, Glenn.
I think one of the drawbacks is that Donald Trump, I believe, recently in the last year gave a service dog a Medal of Honor.
Donald Trump. I just hate to even say that, Donald Trump.
I understand the sympathies.
Oh.
Keep talking about law enforcement and whatnot.
Oh man, can you tell me about when you think about the concepts of Agent Orange? Honestly, it's a lesson to our people, I believe, because everybody was playing around, everybody was BSing. You know, nobody wanted to go vote, anything like that, because there wasn't another candidate like Obama. We were looking for another Obama. We couldn't get another Obama. We had to go with what we could do at the time, and nobody came out to support. So I feel like, and I want us to be taken the right way, we as a community, we have a part to play in this too, because we could have got out and went to the polls. People were voting even after the election was over, the second term for Obama, honestly. So why do we not come out and show up and show out? Because there's people that died before us just so we can even be able to do that. So you got to pick somebody. I don't care who it is, but anybody was better than this motherfucker right here. Anybody. You telling me Hillary ass couldn't have been better than him? Really?
I'll tell you this, Kendall.
During the campaign, grab her by the pussy, really? And we didn't hear that?
Yo, man.
We didn't hear that and be like, oh, we going to let him in the chair.
I remember
we going to let him in the chair. Black people, we did that. We let him in the chair.
Bro, I remember
Colin Kaepernick on one knee didn't even go vote.
He didn't?
No, he didn't vote. He said that shit on ESPN. You can go look it up.
You remember?
He said, no, I did not.
What's that one guy? Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, Stephen A.
Remember when Colin Kaepernick did that training thing, and Stephen A. literally was like, he didn't want to play.
Stephen A. lit into his ass.
He was like, he didn't want to play.
Yeah.
He did the protest. He did everything. He does not want to play. Because if you want to play, there comes a point where you have to give up certain things so you can't get on that field.
Right. But yeah, it's just like we had a major role to play in that, and we didn't come through. That's why this time we can't mess this up.
I'll tell you this, Kendall.
We can't.
First thing to unpack is the political system. You are right in terms of black people not showing up to the polls. We need to do better. People, white, black, otherwise, died for the right to vote, right? But we still need to acknowledge that Hillary Clinton had the popular vote, and Donald Trump had won the Electoral College. And I'm not even going to get into talks about corruption via Russia and Putin. That's a whole different conversation.
Electoral College, my ass.
The Electoral College keeps things fair, especially when the situation isn't that we're in a corrupt system, which is why I'm not going to get to Putin, Russia, etc. There's always been a governing body of people as long as you want to talk about history. But I'm not going to say that the white people in charge were inherently part of the KKK as much as our society permitted white people to get away with so much more by the law. And the law did not protect black people. Period. It didn't.
I agree.